morning, everyone. It is early Sunday morning, and as you can see, I just washed and deep conditioned my hair. It is super wet, very curly, and the plan this morning is to blow it out and talk about Christmas. I love Christmas. It's one of my all-time favorite holidays, but let me show you guys my hair products, and then we'll get into the setup I have. I've got my vanity mirror, my full-length mirror. I've got 2 leave-in conditioners, this Mielle Natural Pomegranate Honey leave-in conditioner. I've got this Shea Moisture Strengthen and Restore leave-in conditioner. I've never actually used this one before, but I wanted to try it out since I'm going to be having my hair blowed out for the next 2 weeks. This Dugrow Stimulating Hair Oil, and my Camille Rose Almond Jai Twisting Butter. This stuff is amazing. It smells like love. I also have this Garnier Fructis Flat Iron Heat Protector. I've never used this. I've had this one for maybe 6 or 7 years, and yeah, I never blow out or straighten my hair. I've used it on friends a bunch of times, so I need to get a new one because I don't know how great this is for my hair, but this is what I have. I also have all of my styling products and this old hair dryer. Again, I never use these things. I probably should get a new one, but I rarely blow out and straighten. Alright, so I'm just gonna start by sectioning my hair. Not beautifully. Basically everything in the back is staying in the back except for a little bit of it. Yeah, I start by sectioning my hair off and getting as much of it up as possible and getting a little bit of it in the back. As you can see, I've got all these fantastic muscles from working out, doing my hair, and cooking. A few days ago I had my brother and my cousins over, and we were making fantastic creme brulee donuts. And Memphis, my brother, and David, my cousin, they had never made anything like that before. So I was able to show them, you know, how kneading dough and mixing dough and everything gives you great muscles. Also working out helps too, but seriously, working with dough, working with any kind of like baking, mixing, thick batter, thick dough, gives you good muscles. And I do a lot of moisturizing. I like my hair to stay super moisturized, especially while especially when I have it blown out. So I do use 2 leave-in conditioners, and I start by doing leave-in conditioner, and then I'll add the oil, then the cream, and I'll spray it with the Flat Iron Perfector, or the heat protectant. I'm almost out of my Mielle Natural. But that's okay. So Christmas. I love Christmas. My grandma, she always made it special for us. I'm actually originally from California. I lived there till I was 7 years old. I lived in California till just after my 8th birthday. And I loved it there. The first thing I noticed when I moved here to Oklahoma is Oklahoma has no palm trees. My brother and I, Memphis, we thought that Oklahoma would have cowboys and Indians, and for some reason we thought that we would be going to Alaska. I don't know, I just remember being, being young and talking to my brother, and we were talking about Alaska a ton. But no, we had really good Christmases with my grandma. We would decorate the whole house, we'd have Christmas music on. Decorating the tree has always been my favorite part, and for some reason, like, that's still a special thing for me, just decorating the Christmas tree. I just added the oil to my hair, by the way. But I just love all things Christmas. I love the lights, I love the music, love just the Christmas sweets, the excuse to have Christmas sweets. Well, I don't really eat a lot of sweets, but I like to make sweets and make them for other people. Because it makes them smile. And finally, I'm adding the Almond Jai Twisting Butter. But Christmas brings all the smiles to my heart. My grandma, she would just have everything, she would have all the tubs of Christmas stuff opened, and we would help decorate the tree, put lights on the house. She even had, she had these what do they call these reindeer for outside of the house that she'd put in her garden. My grandma was fantastic. She loved gardening. She loved just having people in her home. She was so kind. In the front yard, she had just like this rose garden with or I guess it's just more of a flower garden. Now that I'm older, I know the difference between like roses and tulips, but when I was a kid, I thought it was just roses. All different color roses and tulips and just so many flowers. And in the backyard, she had a fruit and vegetable garden. She had lemons and peas, which in my opinion, peas are gross, but to each their own. She had strawberries. She had a peach tree. I think I remember broccoli. I remember my cousin David and I, we would go into the garden, we'd get lemons, and then we'd get bowls of, we would get lemons and then we'd get bowls and fill them up with sugar, and we would just lick our lemons and dip them in the sugar and, you know, suck on the lemons. And that's how we got our fruit in. I'm just spraying this with the heat protectant. And let me go through my hair. But my grandma made everything special, especially Christmas. We would go through the neighborhoods, and I know like everyone does this, but it's special to me because my grandma did it with us. But we'd go through the neighborhoods, and she'd drive us through, and we'd see all the Christmas lights, and she'd turn on the music. And a lot of the times, like the Christmas lights, they would like work through to the music, you know, on the radio. And, you know, as a kid, that was fantastic. It was so cool to see, like, how they danced with the music on the radio and how the lights blinked. It's just, Christmas is always a special time for me. So, gotta pause. I have to blow dry this section, and we'll keep it moving. I have 2 loose ponytails down thus far. I feel pretty good about it. So, yeah, Christmas here was pretty fun too. So our first Christmas here was the first time I had ever seen snow, and it snowed a ton. I can't remember. If I calculated it, I could tell you what year that was, but I don't remember it. But yeah, it was the first Christmas I saw snow, and I want to say that we probably got 5 or 6 inches of like actual good snow. And I remember not being able to breathe very well. Ooh. I remember not being able to breathe very well. Like the air was so, I guess, thin and cold, and we weren't used to it. We'd only been in Oklahoma for maybe 2 or 3 weeks. We got here a week or 2 before Thanksgiving. But yeah, I just remember not being able to breathe very well and like wanting to run around and play in the snow and just like having to stop so often. My mom too, she struggled with breathing the cold air. And but it was so cool and so cold, and I remember we didn't have great jackets that year, and I didn't realize that the snow like made your hands really cold and really wet. I don't know, just growing up in California, in Southern California, because I'm from Oceanside, down in the southern area. I don't know, I had never considered that snow would be wet, but I was also 8 at the time, so, you know, I just didn't have very many prior experiences or background knowledge to the world of snow. I remember we had like a huge snowball fight, and that was a lot of fun. I remember playing with my cousins, because they come with us from California too. And I remember playing with them in the snow, and my cousin David, so they had actually gotten there a few weeks ahead of us. And my cousin David had made some friends and found some cool spots. And remember just like trekking through like this field of snow and not really wanting to walk through it because it's so pristine, so perfect, so untouched. And when we walked back through, to get back to the house, I remember trying to like track through my previous footsteps so that I wouldn't mess up the snow. And it was just the most beautiful thing I had ever seen. You know, the untouched snow on the playground, and seeing how the wind would like blow off wisps of the snow. It was so cool. And just seeing like, you know, in the movies we see, you know, for people who haven't like been around snow, we see how beautiful it looks, you know, the white Christmases, the white Christmases and the Christmas lights on houses amidst like, you know, slopes of snow. But there's also the dirty snow, you know, like the muddy, the part that's in like the dirt, just the gross looking snow. But it's still just, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So I love the snow. As an adult, I have mixed feelings towards the snow because I don't like driving in any kind of weather. It makes me very anxious and nervous. I just hate driving in weather, even in snow. So I am hoping that it'll snow during Christmas break so that I don't have to drive in it or go anywhere. Because I'm a teacher, and if it's Christmas break, I don't have anywhere to be. Technically, like I'll still go out and do stuff, but I'd rather just walk through it or have people drive me through it. But I love the snow. It's a lot of fun. Stretched out. That is the goal. And my hair is really soft, by the way. I always deep condition my hair for 30 minutes. Sometimes I'll do 15 if I have very little time, but usually 30 minutes. I used to deep condition overnight. I don't do that anymore just because I don't need to. The way I deep condition and the way I wash my hair basically just depends on what my schedule looks like. If I don't have a lot of time, then washing the night before and deep conditioning. When washing and deep conditioning the night before, then washing out the deep conditioner in the morning sometimes helps. Sometimes is a time saver, but if I don't have to do that, I don't. My deep conditioner smells really good, but I don't like my pillows smelling like it, and I don't have a fantastic like shower cap for holding in like all the stuff. I am very heavy-handed with my deep conditioner. Very heavy-handed with my leave-in. When I'm trying to blow out, I try not to use too much, just because it takes longer. For me, time is everything. Time is my love language. Time is very important, and so I like to use my time wisely for the most part. Yeah. Y'all, that length, and it is braided too, but the length that I have acquired in the last few years just brings me a lot of joy because I've put a lot of work, a lot of love, a lot of effort into my hair, and it's taken me a long time to actually love my hair, love my kinky, crazy, curly tresses, and yeah, I love my hair. I'm glad for what God has given me. I'm just going to go over these a little bit. Another thing about Christmas, so for me, I don't care about the gifts. This is a little funny position. I don't care about the gifts. As a kid, there's very few things that I ever really wanted for Christmas. For probably, maybe between 10 and 15. Nah, I'd say 8 to 15. All I really wanted was an art set, a magic set, a keyboard, and a guitar, and a telescope. Like that's what I wanted every single year for that like bit of time. I got a keyboard one year, and that was really great. I got a guitar, not for Christmas, but just like from a friend. A few years later, I think I was 15 or 16. But other than that, like I never really got the gifts that I actually wanted. I really didn't ask for a lot of things. There were very few things that I actually wanted, and I think I don't know. There's some reasons for that, but I have no bitterness towards it. I don't care so much, but because I never really got the things that I expected that I wanted. And I was always grateful for what I had. Like, we had clothes, we had, fun things to play with. Like, it was fine. It was totally good. But because I never got, like, any of those 5 things that I was really looking forward to and expecting, well, not really expecting, but just, like, hoping for, I just kind of decided, like, the gifts are cool. I enjoy unwrapping presents. Like, I think that's a lot of fun. I love wrapping presents, wrapping gifts for other people because I want them to unwrap them. I think it's fun. Much more, like, developing in anticipation than, you know, like taking something out of a bag. So, but like I loved our Christmases, but the gifts, I never really got too wrapped up about them because, I just, there were only 5 things that I wanted. More than likely I wasn't getting them, but it's okay. Like, I didn't care so much. So my focus was more on like just being with my people, you know, seeing the lights, decorating, baking cookies, dancing and singing to the music, like, excuse me. I feel that because I didn't focus so much on like, what am I getting, am I getting my things, I was able to like turn that towards like, I want to be with my people. That's what matters. I want to enjoy the season. I remember as a kid, like, my mom would ask me countless times to take down the Christmas tree. Man, I'd leave that thing up till January, February, because it was my job to take it down. And not like to be rebellious or irresponsible. It's just, I want to leave it up. Like, that's my favorite thing. Alright, another thing with Christmas, caroling. I've done it a few times with church, and I really like it. I think it's a lot of fun. With one of the churches I used to go to, we would go as a youth group to like the widows in the church, and we would, you know, go to their houses to carol, just like the widows and the shut-ins, like the people who can't get out very easily and we don't see very often. Just bring them some Christmas joy, and it was always so much fun. Super cold, but just a lot of fun to go see them and just like see the smiles that they would have. I love doing that. I thought it was great, and I love the Christmas music. I love getting out. I don't like being cold, but I love Christmas, and if it has something to do with Christmas and being with people, or just being with people, man, I love my people. Then I don't mind as much because, you know, it's showing love. It's a way to just be together and enjoy time together. So I loved caroling, and then we'd get like hot chocolate. Sometimes the people we would visit would have like hot chocolate or cookies for us, or like chocolates or something if they knew we were coming. It was just really sweet. Really, really special time. And also we would have like this candlelight service, which in California I'd never really gone to anything like that. And the candlelight service was Christmas Eve, and it only lasted an hour, 5:30 to 6:30, I believe. And everyone would come into the auditorium, or the sanctuary, I guess, if you call it that, the place where the main big building where everybody sits for the big service. And everyone would come in, and you would all get like candles. And the room would, you know, it started off lit, but then some people would turn off all the lights, and there'd be like 2 candles at the very beginning, and, you know, you would just like pass like your candle to the next person, like be lit, and everyone would like pass candles to help get lit. So it started with like 2, and then eventually within, you know, 2 or 3 minutes, everyone had their candles lit because everyone's helping each other. Anyways, and then the choir director would lead us in a bunch of like beautiful songs, most of them just like old Christmas songs that everyone knows, and then some new ones. And we would have like different families or different duets or solos or trios, or just people who signed up like to sing and just like lead some songs, some special songs. And it was just such a beautiful time to be together with family, to be together with friends, to worship God, to focus on, you know, the reason that he came, you know, to give his gift, the Savior Jesus, for us on Christmas. And, you know, just like the greatest gift ever given, Jesus for us, to give us peace, to heal our hurts, to lift us up, to give us hope. Oh man, there's a lot of brokenness in the world, but with Jesus, he helps us to be able to walk through the brokenness knowing that he gives us hope, you know, and hope that doesn't disappoint, hope that doesn't fall short, hope that doesn't leave you empty, hope that doesn't leave you craving for anything more, because he is entirely, without a doubt, enough for us. So, I love Christmas because it reminds me of the hope that I have in Christ, you know, hope that never goes away, and just like a love that no matter how messed up I am, no matter how broken I am, no matter how unfaithful I am, God was still faithful to me. He will still keep his promises to me. Oh man, he's good. So good. So I love Christmas. It's my favorite. Jesus is great. Love him lots. We have lots of cool conversations. Um, Lots of conversations over tea and in the car and in the morning and the evenings. I just enjoy talking to Jesus. And you know, if you're mad at Jesus for any reason, yell at him. It's fine. He can take it. He's God of the world. He can take it. He's probably the only one who can handle all of our big emotions, really, and the only one who can help us to see clearly. But yeah, talk to him. He's pretty great. Look at these muscles, friends. Gotta flex a little bit. And look at these curls. Oop. They're kind of blocked, but they're curly. Anyway, so here in Oklahoma, we have a few really cool things that are a few really cool places that are fun to go to for Christmas. So we've got the Yukon Lights Festival, I think that's what it's called, and the Cherokee Festival Lights. Ow. Those are both really fun places to go during Christmas time. Just to go see the lights and all the structures. Like, they make a really big show of things. I can't remember which is which as far as like the thing. I think Cherokee is the one that I like more. I think it's I didn't get to go last year, but I went the year before that. And did I? No. Yeah, I think I went the year before for 2 years, and then a few years before that. I've been 3 or 4 times. Couldn't tell you which ones I've been to. Okay, I think I've been 3 times to the Cherokee Festival Lights, and then 1 time to Yukon. They're both great. They're both fantastic and a lot of fun. I'm hoping to go see some lights this year with some friends. Not too many because, you know, COVID. I'm really hoping on doing that. I'm thinking this week I will put up all my Christmas decorations, have some friends over. I have these Christmas lights in my bedroom, but I kind of always have them in my bedroom, so there's that. So it's special, but also kind of like, this is kind of my normal. Do you guys like Christmas lights in your bedroom? Do you guys decorate the outside of your house? I've never decorated the outside of my house personally because partially I live in an apartment, and also partially I don't always have a lot of extra money for, in the past I haven't had a lot of extra money for additional decorations, but maybe I might. So thanks for joining me just as I share with you some of my favorite things about Christmas, some of my favorite memories. Let me know, what are some of your guys' favorite Christmas memories? What are some things that you've loved growing up and love doing now? What are some things that you're going to do differently to still make the season special for you, even amidst all this COVID stuff? I need some fun ideas. I will probably do a video if you guys want to see that of me decorating my house, decorating cookies, and just share more things because it's a beautiful season. There are so many things to still be able to smile about, so many reasons to still be grateful for, and it's just a beautiful season. So I look forward to sharing that with you guys, and I hope you have a great rest of your week. Merry Christmas.